Hello, my name is Benita Motley, and I am posting today a blog that is a reflection for session 3. Um, my title is What's Happening? Um, is anyone decoding what I'm encoding? Let me define that for you. Decoding is the receiver, encoding is the person who is presenting. So, as the presenter, I present, and the person who receives the information is the decoder. They have to understand what I am speaking of or speaking about. Um, I have posted on Facebook and done Storify and Twitter and everything. And my posts um, have been presented, and I'm waiting for feedback. Um, Sometimes it's hard. And I listened to Welch, and he talked about it. It's easy. It seems like it's easy um, to post, get information, collect information, connect, um, but it's actually hard. You have to encourage and motivate people. And what I found and what I believe is, for me, as a new person in technology or social media, um, I think the more that I do it, the better I'll get at it. Um, and people will start posting or responding to my post. Um, I also think about it as um, I'll give you this example. I went fishing with my uncle when I was young, about 13 years old. I went with the family, and I didn't want to bait the line. It's nasty. I didn't want to touch the worms. So my cousin bait the line. Well, I cast and I caught myself with the hook in my own arm, my right arm. And when I did that later on in life, I said, what was that about? What did I learn from that? What could I get from that situation? And what I learned is that you can't hook anybody else until you're hooked. I can't persuade you until I'm fully persuaded. And so um, sometimes that's hard to get people to understand or see what you're speaking of or where you're coming from. And so that's my goal in everything that I do. And it's something like soul winning or fishing for souls. Um, until I was hooked on Christ, I couldn't get others hooked. And so now, personally, in person, it's easy for me to do that. But it's easy for me to talk to people because then I can tell from their expressions whether they're understanding or receiving the information that I'm speaking of um, or decoding. Um, but it's hard when you're online or through social media because you can't see faces, you can't see arms folded, you can't see scowls on people's faces or the way a person is sitting uncomfortably in a chair, which show you maybe that they're going through some of the things that you're speaking of. And so um, for me, it's easier to speak in person than it is to speak online. So I'm going to learn how to do this by practicing. And I appreciate the opportunity from my professor and others in the class who are helping me become more tech savvy. Thank you for your time.